In a small suburban high school, Lali was known for her vibrant personality and massive social media following. To everyone, she appeared to have it all: popularity, influence, and a seemingly perfect life. Her Instagram was a parade of glamorous parties, stylish outfits, and exotic vacations. She curated her feed to showcase only the highlights, carefully crafting an image that others envied. But behind this glossy facade, Lali was wrestling with a secret that threatened to unravel her carefully constructed world. Lali's social media presence wasn't just a hobby, it was her life. Each post was meticulously planned, each picture perfect. Her followers adored her, and she thrived on their admiration. However, maintaining this perfect image was exhausting and fraught with pressure. One day, her world was rocked by a chilling message from an anonymous account. The message said, "I know what you did. If you don't want the truth exposed, you'll have to pay up." Initially, Lily dismissed the message as a prank or a misguided attempt at attention. She tried to brush it off, thinking it would blow over. However, the threats continued and grew increasingly specific and menacing. The anonymous sender claimed to have evidence of a scandalous act from her past, something that could ruin her reputation beyond repair. The fear of her carefully curated image being shattered began to weigh heavily on her. As the days passed, the stress started to affect Lily's life in more ways than she had anticipated. Her school performance began to slip as she became preoccupied with the threats. She lost interest in her usual activities and found herself increasingly isolated from her friends. Family dinners, once a source of comfort, became strained as she struggled to hide her anxiety. Desperation drove Lily to try and track down the anonymous account. She combed through social media for any clue, and even hired a private investigator, but all attempts proved fruitless. Her efforts to find the person behind the threats only intensified her fear. She confided in her best friend Jake, hoping he might offer some solace or advice. Jake listened sympathetically, but when Lily hesitated to reveal the full extent of the blackmail, Jake grew concerned. Jake urged Lily to come clean about whatever the blackmailer knew, but Lily was terrified of the consequences. She worried that if the truth came out, it would not only damage her reputation, but also drive away her friends and followers. Her fear kept her trapped in a cycle of secrecy and anxiety. Meanwhile, the blackmailer's demands grew more frequent and urgent. Lily found herself paying them off to keep her secret hidden, but each payment added to her financial strain and emotional stress. The facade she had worked so hard to build began to crack, and the pressure of maintaining her public image became overwhelming. She felt like she was living a double life, one for the public and one for herself. The breaking point came one evening at a school event. Lily overheard a conversation between two classmates discussing a viral video that had recently surfaced. They were laughing and making disparaging comments about the video, which they claimed showed a scandalous act. Lily's heart sank as she realized the video in question was of her from several years earlier. It depicted a regrettable incident where she had bullied another student, a dark period she had hoped to forget. The revelation was a crushing blow. The anonymous threats were not just idle chatter. They were real and had come from someone who had uncovered her past mistakes. Lily felt trapped, her anxiety reaching its peak. She knew she couldn't keep living under the shadow of her past forever. With no other options, Lily decided to confront the blackmailer directly. She arranged a meeting in a secluded area, her heart pounding with fear and uncertainty. As she approached, she was shocked to find Jake waiting for her. He revealed that he had been the anonymous account all along. Jake had discovered the video, and out of concern for Lily, had been blackmailing her to force her to confront her past. Jake explained that he had acted out of a sense of responsibility. He believed that Lily needed to face her mistakes and come clean, rather than continuing to live a lie. He thought that by exposing her past, he could help her understand the importance of authenticity and accountability. While his methods were extreme, his intentions were to help her face the truth and start anew. Lily was initially furious and felt betrayed by Jake's actions. She had been living in fear, and now she had to grapple with the fact that her best friend had orchestrated the whole ordeal. But as she reflected on Jake's motivations, she began to understand the underlying message. The true cost of her popularity was not just the fear of exposure, but the ongoing deceit and the toll it took on her integrity. In a moment of clarity, Lily decided to take control of her situation. She publicly addressed her past mistakes, posting a heartfelt apology and explaining the context of the video. She acknowledged her wrongs and expressed genuine remorse for her actions. The reaction from her followers was mixed. Some admired her bravery and honesty, while others criticized her for her past behavior. The journey was painful and humbling, but it allowed Lily to rebuild her life with a newfound sense of authenticity. She learned that facing the truth was far more liberating than maintaining a perfect facade. The experience brought her closer to those who mattered and helped her understand the value of real relationships over superficial approval. In the end, Lily's story became a powerful lesson about the cost of fame, the impact of living a lie, and the importance of reconciling with one's past. It was a cautionary tale about the price of popularity and the necessity of personal integrity.